Is this thing on? That's so old. Hi, everybody. My name is LaDonna Ray, and I am totally into giving you advice, tips on things that I've had a hard time with. Uh, so, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've done comedy twice last year, so I think I'm funny, but this has been a lifelong passion in making people laugh. Sometimes that can get in the way of being a business owner. Actually, being funny can get in the way of a lot of things because if you're a type of funny that is silly, people won't take you seriously. If you're a type of funny that is condescending or sarcastic or subliminal, they won't even like you. Yeah. So there are pros and cons to being funny. So I have a business. I have two businesses. You're only as large as your capacity. So while I'm running one business, the other one is kind of on the back burner. Then I'll pick that one up and put this one on the back burner. But thank God I have a great support team to help me balance the two. Okay, so enough of that. My strong suit is being a publicist and helping people with their marketing. I I love that. I'm certified in media communications from Full Sail University. I went to DeVry University for CIS, and I really enjoyed my childhood because I didn't have to pay any bills. Yeah, join me on that one. So let's get to why you're tuned in. How to respond versus react. Now, keep in mind that my videos are going to get a whole lot better. The funny thing is, I have a really expensive camera, super expensive lighting, and no energy to set it up. Therefore, I've decided to go ahead and just do it on my computer for the first time so that we can grow from here. Pardon me, okay? Excuse me, I'm doing a video. So you were quiet before and now you're not. Thank you. That was a great example of responding versus reacting because reacting, my hair would have come back in a different style from me being so loud with the children. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's say a client or customer comes into your business or comes to you as a business. You're your business, you're your business, right? And they want you to kind of bend the rules. A lot of times you feel compelled to do so because either you need the account, the money, uh, many reasons, okay? But the one thing that saves you because it's important to follow your own rules. When you follow your own rules, your customers will follow your own rules. You took the time to put together your business plan, come up with your company name, not in that order, your logo, your website, your printing materials or printed materials, your t shirt if you have one, your branding, your ideas. But now you have a customer that says, come on, just look out for me. The TNC will save you. And when they ask you to look out for them, instead of getting upset because they asked you to look out for them, or instead of sounding like a jerk, you can always look at your website with them and show them your terms and conditions. That's your TNC. Terms and conditions outline every possibility when the customer is asking to break the rules. Writing is key. People don't argue with what's in writing because it was already written. That's right. So terms and conditions may say things like your refund policy, your return policy, delivery policy, things like that. So it just kind of helps with setting the expectation for the customer. A lot of times the terms and conditions can be super long, so they may not read it before signing off or handing you their money. So you want to respond to these possibilities by having a link to your terms and conditions and recommending that it be read before they do business with you. And then you also want to let them know that by doing business with you that the terms and conditions apply. So I always send a QuickBooks invoice to my customers. And at the bottom, not at the very bottom, like little bottom or way bottom, it says right at the bottom of the short little sentence that no items will be printed, no services will be rendered until this invoice is paid in full. Then it says, feel free to read our terms and conditions. Okay, so they have the option to click on it. It takes them right to it, and there it is in writing. That has saved a lot of accounts that we've dealt with. That has also educated the client on how we do business, what's important, and it has limited our frustration levels because when a client comes to you and asks you to bend, you might be offended. Don't be offended. They're customers, okay? They're trying to save money while you're trying to make money. So you make more money by having terms and conditions in place. If you don't have terms and conditions, maybe go to a website of a company that's similar to yours, take a look at theirs, get some ideas, and put one together. Use LegalZoom to review it and make sure it's legally sound. And you can also have a consultant take a look at it that works with terms and conditions so that you can make sure that you didn't miss anything. In the terms and conditions, it should outline just in case situations. So when I say outline, I don't mean put mayhem in there. I mean, set the expectation. This way, when your customer says, I want my money back, and you go, what's your invoice number? And they tell you 7191. And you look it up and you say, how long ago was that? So they can answer that. Oh, it was a while, it was a year ago. Okay, so in your terms and condition, there should be a refund policy, exchange policy, and cancellation policy. All of that should be in there so that you can say, well, ma'am, we don't give refunds after 90 days or after 30 days, whatever your terms may be. You also want them to not be able to say, well, I went on your website and it said 3 to 4 business days I would have my product. Now, you have to be careful with that because you want to say, let me check the item and make sure that it doesn't say 3 to 4 business days. And understand that you have to point out in your terms and conditions what business days are. A lot of times we assume that clients know and they don't. You also want to explain that if you're shipping items, that 3 to 4 business days means or is it means what it says. Okay, so if I place my order like it's 10 o'clock here, right now in Chicago, 10 o'clock. If I place an order right now, will I have my item from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Will I have it Tuesday? Or is it business days? When you say business days, I mean your website's up. That's a business day, right? And you want to let them know what your business hours and production hours and fulfillment hours are. So Monday, when we open at 9 a.m., we will get your order. Monday, we will process your order and it will get to you by pickup in 3 to 4 business days and by shipping based on what shipping method you choose. Okay, so you want to make sure that you think through these terms that you have set forth for your customers. This way, when they ask questions, you can say, oh, let me take a look at our terms and conditions. And you can read it and not go, oh, wait, that's not what that meant. Okay, ma'am, here's your refund because I screwed up. Nope, 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 nope. You want to avoid those. Okay, now we beat that like the heck. It was a dead horse, right? Poor horsey. The other thing you want to use as far as responding versus reacting is, let's say you're having a bad day. You wore heels to work, the heel broke, your haircut didn't turn out quite right, you ran out of gas on the way to work, your dog died. Oh, that's a hard one. Is my dog here? My dog's not here. Okay, so, but you chose to go to work. You chose to still show up. You chose to still show up at your business. And if you're having a bad day and you take that out on your customers, you have to think like a rock star that you are. Because if I have a terrible experience with a celebrity, anytime that person's name is mentioned, I will always remember that encounter. Therefore, and I know it's more difficult for celebrities to be on their A game all the time because they're out and they have lives and they may have broken a heel or lost a dog or ran out of they ain't running out of gas. But anyway, they may have had a bad day and they may have broken a nail. They may have the cleaners may have clothes that had their Versace pants. Okay, there we go. So you may not catch them at a good time all the time, but you will always remember that negative encounter and you will always talk about it. For real, for real. Okay, I hate it when people say that. So, same thing goes for you. If someone comes into your business and you're having a bad day and you're snippy, stay away from explaining to excuse your terrible attitude by infiltrating bad experiences, personal bad experiences. I'm speaking from experience. There was a particular day that I had a terrible encounter. My car was stolen from right in front of me. My kids and I watched it. It happened. We were traumatized, and I wasn't going to run after it. So the next day, I chose to go to my business. But now I can't go to work wanting people to feel sorry for me. But I was in a funk. And one of my customers just really pushed the wrong button with me. I told him that his order would be ready by 6 o'clock, his print order, and he showed up at 4:30 anyway. I told him 6 o'clock. But now he's rushing me because he wants his order. And I'm like, you know what? Let me call my driver because we have to get stuff from our warehouse to the storefront. So I said, okay, let me call the driver. Or I text him. He's like, look, I'm in traffic. And I said, Mr. Customer, I'm so sorry. Our driver is in traffic. It is so horrible out there. He'll be here shortly. He started off calm and then it escalated fast. You know, I got people waiting on me. This is ridiculous. Now, how do I respond versus react? I didn't. I reacted. Dun, dun, dun. I reacted. And I didn't use any profanity, but I did let out the personal stuff. I said, sir, I'm trying to remain as professional as possible. However, I've gone through a very traumatic event, and you putting the pressure on me prior to the time that we told you that your order would be ready is making it very difficult for me to cope. Now, at the time, I felt like I was doing the right thing, but that was none of his business. He's there to get his product. He's there to get his flyers, his tickets, and his banner. He does not want to hear about my personal problems. He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that." Which translates to, I still got to be back where I got to be, and my order is still not here. So that didn't speed up the driver and it didn't speed him up of getting out of there. So I should have just said, "Sir, I understand your frustration. We're working as hard as we can to get this order to you before the delivery time that we promised." That's it. That's all. So I would like to share, I wanted to share that experience with you so that you know what not to do. Okay, moving on. Sometimes when we're talking to our customers, and they're asking us for pricing, I don't know what type of stuff you do in your business, what you sell, how they buy. But when they ask you, the owner, okay, we feel compelled to know everything. I know everything. Of course, I know everything. It's my business. If I asked Sam Walton how much the Diet Pepsi was in aisle 13, would he be able to tell me? He might. So never mind that. However, when a customer asks you for a price, slow down. Don't rush to know what they're talking about or asking for. Don't even rush to assume that they don't have the money to afford it. Slow down. Okay, so this is another respond versus react. Our reaction is to fix their problem, but to respond is to actually close the sale. So you respond with, "Okay, let me ask some qualifying questions. So you want a website? When did you decide you wanted a website?" See, this tells you how serious they are. "Well, I woke up this morning and said, I want a website." Well, that's less likely to be